Good morning, all. This is Unit 6 of HRM, and the topic is Workers' Participation in Management. In this class, you will be able to know what is the meaning of workers' participation in management, the various definitions given by the scholars, characteristics, objectives of workers' participation in management, and various levels present in workers' participation in management. Workers' participation in management is an essential ingredient of industrial democracy. So here it's an important factor for industrial democracy. So industrial democracy means it is nothing but involving the workers in making the decisions and sharing their responsibility and authority in the workplace. They have to be given the freedom to think and also to express their views towards the organization. So participation and involvement of workers in the management of industry is practiced in most countries of the world. So in recent years, this particular workers will be given the chance to express their ideas, and also they will be encouraged to take the decisions along with the management. In Germany, it is known as co-determination, while in Yugoslavia, it is known as self-management. So in India, as we know that, we call it as workers' participation management. Coming to the meaning of workers' participation in management, it implies mental and emotional involvement of workers in the management of enterprise. So it's considered as an important factor wherein the workers have the chance to express their ideas to achieve the management's goals easily within the group. So it is also known as labor participation or employee participation in management. So the concept of workers' participation in management is based on human relations approach to management, which brought about a new set of values to labor and management. Here, human relations approach is nothing but it consists of living human beings. So once the workers have their own way of thinking and expressing their ideas, and they have control over their lives. So here the employers have to think, or the employers have to understand their needs, attitudes and aspirations of the workers, and they have to give importance for their decisions too. So traditionally, the concept of workers' participation in management refers to participation of non-managerial employees in the decision-making process of the organization. So this concept actually it is taken as the participation of non-managerial employees, wherein the workers will be involved in the decision-making process. That means the employers should treat them as the living human beings, and they have their own freedom of thought and expression, and wherein the needs and aspirations of the workers have to be identified, and they have to be given the chance to take the decisions to achieve the organizational goals. Definitions. According to Keith Davis, participation refers to the mental and emotional involvement of a person in a group situation which encourages him to contribute to group goals and share the responsibility of achieving them. So that is nothing but here it's a mental and emotional involvement of a person in a group. It's not an individual activity, but it is a group activity wherein he will be encouraged to contribute to group goals. That means to achieve the organizational goals, he has to be involved mentally and as well as emotionally. That means he has his own needs, he has his own desires, he has his own ideas, and those ideas should be given importance, and he has to be involved in the organizational activities. That is nothing but the top level has the employers has to give importance for the workers to take the decisions. They have to have a mutual talk and then they have to be given importance, or they have to be given their preference for decision making process. Then they'll be easily able to take the responsibility also. So whenever they take the responsibility full-fledged, then they can, the organizational goals can be achieved very easily. So in the words of Madras, the concept of participation as a principle of democratic administration in an industry implies a share by rank and file in the decision-making process of an industrial organization through their representatives at all the appropriate levels of management in the entire range of managerial action. So here he said that the concept of participation as a principle of democratic administration. So in any industry, like the democratic administration part will be there. That should be democratic. That means it has, there should be no restrictions between the employers and employees decision making concept, and wherein there should not be any bridge between the two. They have to give the entrance, or they have to give the way for the workers to take their share by rank and file in the decision making process of an industrial organization. It may be through representatives, like at all levels of like top level management. If you take at the appropriate levels, we can say in the entire range of that is whatever managerial actions or managerial decisions will be taken in that particular thing, they have to give the part to the workers too. Characteristics of workers' participation in management. First one, mental and emotional involvement. It's one of the important features wherein the employee's involvement in the decision-making process makes the organizational goals very easily achievable. So here the employers have to give importance for the workers' participation. So not only mere physical participation, but also they have to be given chance to involve mentally. That is, they have to give chance to express their ideas and also involve them in the decision making process to achieve the organizational goals. Next, collective, not individual. So it's a group activity and not the individual activity. So workers together, they will be forming into group goals. That is, to achieve the group goals, they will be having their collective views, and not an individual activity. That means here the responsibility of achieving the organizational goals will be taken in groups. They'll be forming in groups, and they'll take their own representatives who will be representing the group or the workers together. Next one, acceptance of responsibility. So once they are involved in decision making process or in organizational activities for along with the top level management, so here they will be accepting the responsibility easily. That means whatever responsibility is given, they'll take that responsibility and complete the work within the time. That is, they'll do it efficiently and effectively. Next one, formal or informal. So the groups can be formal or informal. That means here, in both the cases, it is a system of communication and consultation whereby employees express their opinions and contribute to managerial decisions. So it may be formal or informal. It's a form of communication. That means the representatives may communicate or consult the employees or express their views or opinions to take the managerial decisions. And the company's affairs should be informed to the employees. So mutual trust, information sharing, and mutual problem solving. So here it is entirely different from collective bargaining. Here we can say there will be a mutual trust and information sharing and mutual problem solving will be there. That is, once the participation is there, so like mentally and emotionally, then they'll have the mutual trust with the employers, and also the information will be shared between the employers and the employees. There will be no misunderstanding, and also whenever the problem arises, mutually the problems can be solved. Next, legitimate right in decision making. They have the right to in decision making. This is also one of the important characteristics wherein the workers have the right to take the decisions. As the human relation approach says, that each and every individual has to be considered, and they have the right to take or right to express their views, and also to take the decisions along with the participation of management.